Hello, and welcome to Jointly Speaking. My name is Barbara, and I will be your host on this program. I'll be honest with everybody, this is my first time doing a podcast, so I'm a little nervous today, so I hope you'll bear with me and understand that next week I'll be better. Next month I'll be better, but this week, yeah, I'm a little on the nervous side. But before I start the podcast, I would like to thank a couple of people who have helped me to get this started. And first, of course, is Dana at the Northborough Cable Access TV. He is helping to get me produce this, to get it on YouTube, and I do appreciate that. Dana, thank you, thank you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. And the other person I'd like to thank is Jim. He's with Whitney Place, which is an assisted living care facility in Northborough, Mass. So, again, thank you, both of you. You're both in Northborough. You're both terrific, and I love working with you, and I look forward to working with you more if I survive today. Anyway, just to give you a little bit of information on one thing I would like to do. I would like everyone to get a pencil and paper handy. I will be giving you an email address a little bit later in a few minutes, and I'll give you time to get a pencil and paper together, and then you'll be able to write it down, okay? Okay. So what I'd like to do is just give you a little bit of information about me. I've been doing radio in Florida for approximately, 11 years maybe. I love doing it. I don't get paid for it, and I don't care. I love being able to talk with you, and if I can help anyone one day a month, I am thrilled, because everybody needs help at some point. And hopefully, by hearing the show, you'll be able to retain things and maybe even make notes on the show on things that you feel are important to you. You know, like how to get dressed in the morning, something like that, or how to cook. Anything. I will be talking about exercise. We're going to even do exercises on the show. I will also be talking about medical supplies, such as your medicines. I have a couple of places that I can recommend that you call or write, email, whatever, and be able to get your prescriptions, in some cases, free. If you can't get them free, they usually offer you a good coupon, and you can get that to use as well. It has to be a prescription drug, but we'll get into that more later. And then we talk about adapting your home to living at home. A lot of us, don't have that luck. Some of us do. For those that are at home, take advantage of it, make changes, make things more useful for you, not for your company or anybody else. Just make sure that you can work whatever you need to work within your home. So we'll be talking about that as well. I like to talk about doctors occasionally, recommending them or something on that idea. Occupational therapy and physical therapy, I am a huge fan of. They are the top. There's no question about that. And they work wonders when they work with you. And the thing is to continue it even when you stop working with them. Try to keep up those exercises, because those are truly important for you to work with. The show will be monthly. Jointly Speaking I will be recording it monthly. The first part of the month, I hope to be able to do it every month. And, so try and listen in on your computer when you can. And if you got a minute right now, if you got your pencil and paper, I'll tell you how to do that, I hope. And I hope I say it correctly. Okay, first thing you do, of course, get on your computer. Excuse me. What you want to do is type in youtube.com. That's where you're going to go to find my particular show. U, the letter U, tube, TUBE.com. Now, once YouTube comes up and opens up, then go into their search page, bar, I should say, not a page, it's a bar, and put in Jointly Speaking, okay? And that's Jointly, Jointly, Speaking, SPEAKING, okay? And click on that, and hopefully you'll come up and see me. I'm going to be checking this out myself after we get it up and running the first of the week, so I will be checking to make sure. Now, the other thing I'd like to tell you is you may write me, and you can yell at me if you need to for something I said, or you can thank me for something. I don't care which. I take any kind of information you want to hand out. If you'd like me to talk about something specific, I will do my very best to have that on the air for you. If there's something you're upset about, let me know. I will try to correct that. And even on air, I will correct it if I said something to offend you or something else, okay? I just want you to know I'm here for you. I love doing this. I don't get paid, as I said, but it's something I've enjoyed doing for the last approximately 11 years in Florida. So I've been on the west coast of Florida and working with radio stations there, and one of them I worked with was WKDW, 97.5 FM. They're in the Northport, Venice area. They cover Charlotte County, Sarasota County, and they're a terrific station. They're a wonderful group of people. I'm still doing their show. Every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m., I get up and I do their show with them. And it's called Jointly Speaking. I wanted to keep the name the same. I didn't want to confuse people, and I also didn't want you to not know where to find me. I thought it might make it easier if I kept the same name. So I hope that's not offensive to anybody. But I happen to like Jointly Speaking. I think it sounds pretty good. I don't know about you, but I do. As for me, a big announcement. I've been living in Florida for close to 45 years now. And very recently, as of July, I moved back to Massachusetts. I'm crazy. I absolutely am. I'm going into the cold weather, which I never dreamt of doing. But I have family here, and all my family has moved away since, you know how it is, children grow up, get married. And so I wanted to be near my family, so I've decided to make that effort. And so I am back in Massachusetts, and I'm really excited about it. I've met some wonderful new people, which is really great. And I'm doing a podcast, which I never thought I'd be doing. So a lot of things have changed, but they're all for the good. And that's what's important. They're for the good. It makes it much easier than, you know, just sitting there feeling sorry for yourself and sitting around bored to death. So I really believe you got to get up and you got to be busy. So hopefully that will help you all. And as far as, you know, the TV, it's the local TV here in Northborough, which is Northborough, Massachusetts, just so you know. That's the city I'm in. And very quaint, very not huge, and that I like. I like small crowds. But very nice, very beautiful, and I'm very excited about being here and doing things. So I hope you are going to join me and go with it. I wanted to give you my email while I think of it, and I'll do it again later. But if you want to email me regarding the show, here's the address that you send it to, okay? It's the name of the show, Jointly Speaking Podcast. So the whole name is Jointly Speaking Podcast, and that's P as in Peter, ODCAST, at gmail.com. Okay? I'll say that one more time. Jointly Speaking Podcast at gmail.com. And you can email me there anytime you want. I'm constantly, going on the internet and doing that. So please do not hesitate to let me know. I am also going to be working with Facebook and LinkedIn and advertising the show there so that you'll have it. Now, the show. I want to have, like I said, the OTs. I want to have PTs here. A pharmacist, if possible. A nurse. Maybe even somebody from the chef's area. Because here at Whitney Place, which is the assisted living that I'll be recording from every month, it is an assisted living, and I couldn't ask for a more lovelier place to be working from. So far, everyone I've met has been wonderful. I look forward to having them come on the show and talk about what they do here, help you get familiar with things like that. I think it's important when you have a family member that may be in need of help that you can't necessarily give to them 24/7, that you have a place like Whitney Place, assisted living, to go and have them put in it. It is unbelievable, the activities, the camaraderie, the people they will meet. Just think of how many people your parents will get to know that they may never have met before. It gives them someone to talk to keep up conversation with, and they do exercises together. So a lot of people say, oh, assisted living, that means she's pretty bad and she can do some things, but not many. Well, that's not true. I really believe in the assisted living. You're there to maintain yourself. You get up, you walk. There are people here that I've seen while I've been visiting here. Some are in a walker, on a walker, I should say, my apology, a wheelchair. Some are in an electric wheelchair. Some use a cane, and some I've seen without anything, which I was very surprised at. Walking through and meeting the different people here, I was very, very surprised at that. And I think that's wonderful. I mean, they're here because they need help, and they're getting it. And they go around, they socialize, they talk, they have card games, they have movies, live entertainment as well. In fact, they're going to be having some entertainment this afternoon while I'm here, so I'm hoping I will get to hear it. You might hear a little noise in the background. That's some of the people swinging by, and that's okay. But I just want you aware that going to an assisted living isn't the end. It might be a new beginning. Think of it that way. Think of it as a positive thing, that you can come and go when you want. They have transportation to take you to your doctors. They also, from what I'm reading from the schedule, on Wednesdays, they go out to eat to a restaurant. You can pick wherever you want. I shouldn't say you can. They pick the restaurant. I apologize for that. They pick the restaurant, and then you sign up for it, and you go out to lunch. And then sometimes, when they go to lunch, afterwards they go to Target, maybe a drugstore, CVS or Walgreens or something like that, whatever, in case you need to pick up anything. And I think that's great. And I hope, if you have the opportunity, you'll go to any assisted living in your community if you have older adults, and look at it before you need it. From what I'm learning from most assisted livings, you have to bring your own bedding, and if you want a chair or a dresser, things like that. But they supply you with other things. So, yeah, I assume each facility has something different that they have. In other words, you'd have to get a list of what they have or what you need to bring, and that might help you. And I think you'll find it very, very interesting, and there are plenty to pick from, but you want to pick the one that's suited for the individual that you're dealing with. That's crucial. They've got to be happy. They've got to be content. They want to meet the people. So it's really, really important that you do that and feel comfortable with those people. So I hope you will do that. I hope you will be comfortable with it and work, try doing it. And like I said, just call around, get your telephone book open and figure out who's available in your community or the next community over, whatever. And then just call them, set up an appointment. And whatever you do, if you go into the facility, if you're thinking of bringing a parent in, bring your parent with you. Let them come in and see it, because you're not the one that's going to be living there. They are. So it's really important that they get a feel for the facility and see what it's like. Even if they're just visiting for an afternoon, they'll either remember it or they won't, and they'll like it. So that's one thing I really hope you'll concentrate on and work with. As for the show, like I said, we'll be talking about a lot of things coming up, but I just really wanted to thank Whitney Place and Northborough Cable TV for giving me all the help to get me on the air today. It's been an experience, let me tell you. And hopefully I'll survive it. No guarantees, but I think so. Anyway, just to kind of show you how the show works, what I usually do is, if I get any emails from you, I usually talk about them at the beginning of the show, if there's any problem or if anyone wants to thank me for some information. And I usually do that at the beginning of the show. And then I usually try to keep one topic per show when I can, because that's crucial. Sometimes I go off and do 2 or 3, but I like to do one specific issue each program. And then at the end, I like to do some exercises. And I'm very careful about that. I'm not an occupational therapist or a PT, but I have lots of experience. And I've checked it out with OTs and PTs to make sure I do it right, and I tell you the correct thing so that you don't have to worry. And most of the exercises that I will be doing, I will do in a chair so that you can't fall and get hurt. That's the crucial part. And I could do others, but I'd rather keep you sitting and keeping you safe. That's the best way I know to help you. So I hope you're going to be listening and going with us and traveling through this show. It's going to be an experience I've never had before, going on podcast. And I'm excited and also a little nervous, to say the least, but I think it'll be fun. So what I'd like to do right now is kind of just talk about an exercise we could do, even today. And then we'll do other things too. But I'm kind of jiggling it around a little bit, but I don't want to put it into a routine and make you feel, oh, it's the same old routine. So today, if you're sitting in a chair, a straight chair, and just get comfortable in it, not too comfortable, don't recline and go to sleep on me, okay? I want you to sit there, and I want you to close your eyes and close your mouth. And I want you to inhale through your nose and just fill up your lungs the best you can. Don't force it. Just be gentle, okay? And slow. We're in no hurry. I'd rather you take a couple of minutes to fill your lung up if you can and do it correctly, okay? Once you've filled it up, open your mouth and very slowly let the air out. Very gently, very slowly. It's wonderful. This is a relaxation technique I've learned. I've done for years, and I love it. It's also good if you go to bed at night and can't get to sleep. Try that. So let's try it again. Close your eyes. Inhale through your nose. Fill up your lung as best you can. Take your time. Hold it for a second or two if you want to. And then through your mouth, very slowly, let the air out. You could do it through pursed lips. Kind of close your lips up a little bit. Just let a little bit of air out at a time if you want. I'll let you make that decision. I want you to be comfortable. Okay? And once your air is out, that's great. I usually do 3 of these each time. So one more time. Let's try it. Breathe in. Fill up your lungs. And then very slowly expel it through your mouth. Let the air out through your mouth. And that's great. And let me tell you, it will help you to relax. I always do it before I start exercising. I find it works for me. It makes me relax. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm concentrating on my breathing, and I relax better. Like I said, it's also great when you go to bed at night. If you get, you know how you go to bed and you start thinking about things that you should do tomorrow? Well, tomorrow's not here yet, folks. So let's do it today and just do the deep breathing. And you'll find, because you have to concentrate on how you're doing the breathing, you won't be able to think of other things. It will relax you and hopefully help you to fall asleep much better. I really, truly believe that that helps. And I know plenty of people who do it and like it. And it is very relaxing. You know, sometimes, even during the day, when something happens and you get upset, I highly recommend go sit in a chair and just sit there and do a couple of deep breathing exercises, maybe 3, maybe 5. You'd be amazed at how much more relaxed you will be, how much better you can think about the issue that you have, or problem, whichever you want to call it, and it will help you that way. It can be absolutely amazing. And like I said, it may even give you a nap in the afternoon. I don't recommend that because then you don't sleep at night, but that's up to you. I'll let you decide what works best for you. But I truly believe in doing that particular exercise, and I do it quite often. You know, the other thing I do, and I don't highly recommend this, well, it's okay so long as you're not moving. If you're driving and you're stuck in traffic, you know how you get upset with the traffic? Well, if you're not moving, and the car isn't moving, do a couple of deep breaths. You'd be amazed. It will help you to relax. I know it sounds weird, but it does work. And, you know, just don't do it when you're driving. That's the only thing I recommend. It's not a good thing. But if you're not moving and your car is stuck in traffic, take a couple of deep breaths to calm down and not think about it. Today, people are constantly worried, constantly upset, and we need more time to calm down, to chill it, if that's the term you want to use, and make you relax so that you're not all fired up all the time. I think it makes life easier. I think you think better, and you can plan better if you're calm. If you're upset, you can't plan as well. And I truly believe that. I think you have to take your time and plan things out to a point and be calm when you are planning those points. It's so crucial to doing that. Okay, so we're done with the deep breathing, right? Okay. Let's try something a little bit different. I'm kind of jumping around today, but I kind of want to give you a feel for what I'm going to be doing with the show. I'll be talking a little bit. We'll be doing the deep breathing, and maybe we'll do a little exercise like now, okay? Okay, what I want you to do, as I said before, sit in a chair and get, you know, sitting up straight, be comfortable. I don't want you to be uncomfortable and awkward. Okay? Then what I want you to do is make sure your head is up straight. Okay? Now I want you to take your head as best that you can do. Turn it to the right. Turn your head to the right. And you can hold it for a few seconds if you want, and then return it to the center. Okay? Make sure you start at the center of every exercise that you're doing. So your head is looking forward, straight up, and let's turn it one more time to the right. Okay? And then bring it back to the center. And one more time. Go to the right with your head, very slowly. Don't force it, don't push it. Okay? Hold it for 2 or 3 seconds. And then bring it back to the center. Okay, good job. All right, now let's go to the left. Your head's in the center. Turn it to the left. Hold it for 2 or 3 seconds if you want, and then bring it back straight forward to the center. Okay? Go to the left and hold it if you want, and then bring it back to the center. Okay? One more time for good measure. 3's a good number. Go to the left and hold it and bring it back. And like I said, these are some of the exercises I'll be doing with you, periodically. I usually do them every show. And, we vary it from the head down, from the waist down, whatever. I try to give you a little bit of variance, but the thing that you want to learn about these is to learn them, memorize them, so you know how to do them on your own. When you have time, sitting in a chair. Watching TV commercials is boring. I hate TV commercials. So what I do is I exercise. I love it. It keeps me going, and it helps me, and that's what's important, that you're moving your body joints. If you let them sit still and you don't move them, they're going to get stiff. That's not a good thing. We want to keep them moving so that you can move. So I really want to encourage you to do the exercises and keep going. Okay, so we did our head. How about the shoulders? Just sit there with your shoulders back, your normal position, and just take and raise your shoulders up to your ears. Just pull them up to your ears and hold them for 3 seconds, and then very slowly lower them. Okay? Let's try it again. Raise them up and hold them, and then lower them again. One more time. Raise your shoulders up, hold it, and then lower them. Okay? You're going to hear a little bit of background noise, but for some reason there's a lot of traffic here right now. But that's okay. It's just people doing their job. So anyway, that's the shoulders, okay? Okay. I want you to learn these and learn them good so that you can do them anytime you want. I recommend when you're doing exercises, you do them 3-4 days a week. But what I do and like to do, I do 10 to 15 repetitions. But I do those repetitions divided by 3. So like you do 1 in the morning. You may do 3, maybe 5 in the morning. At noontime, you do 5 more. And then after dinner at night, you do 5 more. And that way you've accomplished the exercises without it being a burden. You know, most of us sit there and say, oh, I don't want to spend all morning doing my exercises. You don't have to. Just do, after you've had breakfast and you're getting ready for the day, sit down for 10 minutes in a chair and do the exercises. The same after lunch. When you're all squared away, sit down for 10 minutes and do some more. And the same thing applies in the evening. And you'll be amazed, at the end of the day, you got 10 or 15 exercises done. But what the best part is, your joints are working. They're still able to move, and you're able to move them and keep them going. That's the crucial part. Because if you're not exercising, you're not moving. If you're not moving, you're not going to be able to move. And it's truly, truly important to have you do that. Okay? So I just want you to concentrate on those exercises when you're doing them, okay? Okay, so we're doing them. Okay, let's do another one. Let's take your right arm. I have to remember to tell you which arm to use so I keep track. Take your right arm, have it straight down by your body, and keep your arm straight and lift it up, forward up in front of you. And raise it as high as you can. Okay? And once you get there, as high as you feel comfortable with, lower it back down. Slowly. Don't drop your arm. Please. If you just drop it, you haven't accomplished anything. Just so that you know, you've got to have control. And by going slow, that's how you control the arm. And that's how you make the muscles and everything work right. Okay? Tendons, whatever. All right? Especially in the shoulder area. Okay, let's do it again. Take your right arm, straight out, straight down rather, I should say, then bring it straight up. Keep it straight in front of you, all the way up. Okay? And when you're ready, bring it back down, slowly. Okay? Think of your exercises as a movie that's in slow motion. That'll get you going. They can be pretty bad, but try that, okay? Okay. Now, I want you to raise your arm again. Straight out. Bring it up as high as you can. If you want to hold it for a couple of seconds, that's good. But you don't have to. And then lower it again very slowly. Okay? Okay, let's do the left shoulder. Raise it, your left arm straight up. All the way up. This helps the shoulder. That's why we're lifting our arm, okay? Straight out, all the way. Bring it all the way out as high as you can. Don't force it. Whatever you do, don't force it. Bring it up where it's comfortable, okay? And then lower it. Because what you got to remember is the more you do these exercises, you're going to gain momentum on the arm. If you can't raise it all the way, you might be surprised after a couple of weeks your arm comes up a little bit higher than it did. And that's good. So keep on doing, okay? Okay, one more time. Let's raise the left arm up, straight up. Slowly, and if you want to hold it, that's good. And then bring it back down. Fantastic. Okay, now one hand, now we've done the arms, but one thing I want you to do is I want you to grip your hands together, hold them together, one hand inside the other. Your elbows will be bent. And now raise your arms a little bit. Try doing that. A little bit different feel to it. And then lower it back down. Okay? Okay. Take your hands, like I said, your elbows are probably, hopefully are bent, I should say. And hopefully you're doing it correctly. Just grip your hands gently. You don't have to grip them tight. Just gently hold on to each hand and then bring them up in front of you. And your elbows are bent, and then bring them back down. Okay? Okay. Now the next exercise I know you're going to love. You know how you go to a store and you always have to have change given back when you pay for something? Well, put your hand, bend your elbow, keep it next to your body, put your hand straight out, flat in front of you. Now turn it like you're going to collect change. Hear the jingling? Hopefully you do. And then bring it back down flat. This is very good for you to use this motion. A lot of people lose this motion as they get older. So your arm is down by your side, and your elbow is bent, and your hand is laying flat in front of you. And what you want to do is get that hand to turn over towards, if you're doing your right hand, you'd be turning your hand towards the right to collect change. You know how to get money back. I'm sure we all do. So you're collecting your change for the day, okay? And then turn it back. Okay? Good. Keep that up. Now, one more time. Hand flat. Rotate it to the right. And collect your dues, your money. Okay. And bring it back. Very good. Left hand. Do the same thing. With your left hand, your elbow is bent, your hand is flat, and you're going to turn your hand over towards, you'd be going towards the left to pull your hand up to collect the change. I'm sure you know that, but I just want to be sure. And then bring it back down. Bring the hand over and bring it back down. Bring your hand over and bring it back down. Okay? Good job. That's great. Now, hopefully you'll remember some of those exercises. I'm not going to give you many today. I don't want to overwhelm you and have you say, oh, I can't remember them. So I'll be doing them every time with you on the show. Some of them. I'll do the upper torso or I'll do the lower body extremities. So, you know, you'll get to know them and know which ones you need to do, and that'll keep you moving for the month, hopefully until you hear from me again, okay? Fair enough? Okay. So that kind of gives you an idea of the exercising we'll be doing and things like that. So I hope it gives you an idea, and I hope you like it. I'm going to talk about changing your bedroom around. I'm going to talk about your kitchen, your bathroom. We're going to go on and on and on. You won't believe what I'm going to be able to talk to you about, okay? And that goes without saying. There are so many things that can be done. So I'm just trying to give you some ideas today of what's going on and what we'll be doing. There's no set rule today. I may have to have a rule next month, but this month we're living it up. We're going free. Now, one thing I would like to talk to you a little bit about, and I'll be discussing it more. I've used this product, just so you know, many times, and I love it. It's unbelievable. It's called Secure Grip. It's a non-slip handrail cover. Excuse me. Now, what I mean by that, it's like I don't know what kind of fabric it's made out of, but it's kind of like a canvas, and it has a zipper on it. And I'm going to give you some information on how to find out more about it. And it enhances the safety of your handrail, and it also helps reduce liability in falling in the shower in the bath. You can also use it in a pool, on boats for the railings, and any kind of public facility. You really could. The ADA requirements are met on this, just so that you know. Now, price-wise, I can't even begin to tell you where to start. It's not what I consider expensive. I think they're very reasonable. So, what I want to do is tell you where to find the website. It's manufactured by a place called MedGrip. It's a small company, but they are excellent in service and accommodating. So it's www.secure, SECURE dash grip, GRIP.com. So the name of the company is securegrip.com. I hope that you will look them up on the internet and see them. And if you have any questions, you can also, email them at info@securegrip.com. And I'll give you more of this stuff later. But I just want you aware of some of the things that are there. Okay? But you can put this on a pool rail for your kids. It zips on, and it'll stay on. What I like about it, if the rail is wet, like say in the shower, and your hand is wet, your hand doesn't slip on the rail. It's unbelievable. You really don't have to panic, I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect, but it's better than having nothing there. And it really, really, truly works. It's actually, it's a polyvinyl chloride impregnated woven polyester material. Now, say that again and we'll be doing good. Just so you have some to. It's microbial resistant. And it helps with your hand strength, believe it or not, because of the friction, the coefficient friction that you have with the rail. You can put it in your shower. You can put it on a handrail next to your toilet if you need to. You can put it on your swimming pool, which I think is a great idea. If you have a pool, put them on the rail to help grow to. And the other thing that's good about them, and something I realized this summer, when they're on the pool handrails, they don't get hot like when the sun's on them all day. So there's a good reason to look into them anyway. They're waterproof. And it zips on so easily. It's very snug. I will tell you this, it is so snug it won't move when it's on there. But the only thing you have to remember, you have to measure the dimensions and the length in order to get it to fit. So you take your diameter of the pool rail, you measure the diameter, that's, the word to use. And then you measure the length from the center of the rod to the other. They also show it on private airplanes. If you have a private plane and you have the metal rail that holds on to the stairs as they unload, there's another great thing to use, And the boats, I think that's a wonderful idea. You could put them anywhere on a boat, any place you want that's going to help you to keep safe. And it protects your hands from the cold or the hot rails, like I said. The hot, but also the cold. It's just much safer. Much safer for you to use. And your hands will not slip on that railing, I promise. I've never known anyone to have a problem where their hands slipped on it, so. And what you have to remember, it stays exactly where you put it. In other words, once you zip this on, I guarantee you it's not going to move. I was giving instructions today to somebody, and I said, what you have to do is put the grip on the rail and put put the zipper together to start it. But don't go beyond that. Then turn the grip around where you want the zipper to be, and then pull it up. Because once you start pulling that zipper up to close it, you can't move it. And I think that says a lot alone just for that. So it's something that, can be done. Of course, it reduces liability, in public buildings particularly, but even in your home, it's going to protect you. And that's what's important. And it will zip on over all installed handrails. All you've got to do is measure the length and the diameter of the rail in order to do it, okay? It's heavy duty, so it works great for the boats and the pools and to prevent corrosion. Think about that. It's easy to clean. It can be left on the rail with a daily cleaner, or you can unzip it and put it in the washing machine. Don't put it in the dryer, put it in the washer. Custom sizes, any size you want. So if you have a special rail that you use in your pool, on your boat, or in your home in your shower, measure the length of the middle of it from the middle of the circle, from one side to the other, and then measure the dimensions of it around it, how wide it is or round it is, okay? Those are the two important things you have to remember, okay? And like I said, go to securegrip.com. I think you'll be amazed at what you find. And I find the prices are very reasonable. I know the last time I looked at the prices, it was a while back, but if you're looking for a rail cover for next to the toilet to help you get up and down, I think it was $13 roughly. And that's well worth it if it's going to make your life easier to get up and down. So I hope you'll keep that in mind. I'll keep you informed on Secure Grip. I like them. I buy them every so often. In fact, I just got a new one yesterday, and I'll be putting it up again. So I've moved to a different facility, so I had to get a new rail. But that's okay, and that's good. That's what we want to do, So anyway, I hope this has kind of given you some idea of things I'll be talking about and what I want to do. And, I want to keep it interesting, but I also want you to learn, I want you to be prepared. I think that's the key with most anybody. If you have an illness or a disability, whatever the case may be, you don't have to stop doing everything. You can still do things you like to do. You may do them different, but you can still do them. Like peeling potatoes, I think that's the most exasperating job there is. Forgive me, but I don't like it. And like with that, what I do, if I want to have, say, mashed potatoes or boiled potatoes tomorrow, today, I take out 3, 4, 5, whatever I need. I wet them down, and then I start peeling them. It's going to take me a little while. I do it slowly. If I get tired, I stop for 10 or 15 minutes, and then I come back to them. And then I stick them in a pot of water and soak them overnight. Then the next morning, I rinse the water, I cut the potatoes up, and I got my potatoes ready to go. There are a lot of things that you can do that are so different. Just thinking about it. I have so many adjustments that I've made in my homes, in my car, believe it or not. Um, and you just learn to do that and make it easier on yourself. The more you can stay independent, the better I like it. The more I want it for you. And that's the key. We got to stay independent and we got to protect ourselves. So I hope, in that sense of the word, you'll do that. Um, there are so many things I want to teach and tell you about, and I get excited about it, such as today, because it's a new show, something different for me too. A little nervous doing this, I have to be honest. I'm a little weary, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to make it happen. So I shall do it, and that's what you have to do. You got to make up your mind. I find negativity does not work. Every morning I get up, the first thing I do is say it's going to be a great day. I get up, I have my breakfast, and then I start thinking about what I have to do. Whether I have to worry about something or not, that's okay. But I don't do it when I'm in bed trying to get up. I get up first, get up, get dressed, shower, whatever your routine is. Have your breakfast, and then take a deep breath and say, okay, what am I going to do today? What do I need to do today? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And just do it. Don't panic over it. I promise you, it will come much easier for you, and you won't mind it so much either. That's the other thing. It won't feel like such an awesome day, I guess, overwhelming, and that's good. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give you some info. Okay, well, I've been told I should tell you a little bit about myself, which I've been doing pretty good. I talk to you without even telling you one thing. I'm not good about talking about myself, but to explain, let's see, I'll just go with what I go. At the age of 19, I was in a car accident, and I was in the back seat. And we were on a highway, and unfortunately we hit a car that was parked on the highway. He wasn't moving. So it was a pretty bad accident. Fortunately, I did okay. I came out of it pretty good. I was bumped and bruised and a lot of things. But within a year, I started having pain in my legs, constantly. And so, needless to say, I waited a couple of weeks, which I always do when I get a new pain. And then I decided to call the doctor and see him. Come to find out, I had arthritis. It had activated from the collision, and it was rheumatoid, which of course, as you know, rheumatoid is no picnic. It can be crippling. It's 24/7 pain on some cases, and it can really be devastating for some people. At first, I didn't believe it. And I thought, well, if I worked, I wouldn't think about it. So I got a second job and started working nights as well as daytimes, so I wouldn't have to think about it. I'll clue you in. It doesn't work. So I finally learned my lesson, and about 25 or 26 years old, I decided, okay, one job, that's it. And I got a good job with an insurance company. I loved it. And I worked with them for a long time, and it was great. I did very good. I got married, and I had, thank heaven, had twin daughters, which was a good thing, I guess, at the age of 30. At that particular point, they told me the rheumatoid would either get better after the pregnancy or it would get worse. Well, during the pregnancy, I felt great. After the pregnancy, I went downhill. Within 7 months, I was in the hospital having each of my legs operated on 2 weeks apart. So since then, and I'm not being morbid, I'm fine with it. I've learned to live with this illness, and I do good. I never used a walker, a cane, or anything up until a year ago, and that was due to a surgery that kind of went awry. But I'm getting better. I'm getting up on my feet, and I'm doing much, much better. But I learned that worrying about it didn't solve the problem. I had to do what they told me, take care of myself. I organized my time with the kids, especially when they were babies. I kept them in what you call a porta crib, and I pushed them around the house and that all day long because I couldn't lift them. So that worked great. They loved it. They got a ride all day long while Mom worked. But anyway, it was fun. I had a great time with them, and I don't regret anything. And I've learned that over the years that feeling sorry about what's wrong doesn't solve a thing. I have to be positive, and that's why I said when I get up every morning, today's a great day. I really, really believe that. And so far, my days have been pretty darn good. I got nothing to complain about. But that's it. As of today, 33 surgeries. Hips, necks, fingers, shoulders, hands, knees, feet, you name it. Been there, done that. And I've walked on my own without a walker, without a cane, up until my last surgery last year. And something went awry, but I'm up and walking again now, so I'm getting there. I haven't given up. I keep positive. But having that many surgeries, yeah, it gives me a little bit of knowledge on what people go through every day, going to a hospital, having to do therapy, having surgery, any one of those things. And I hope knowing a little bit about me, maybe, you'll understand where I'm coming from. And when I'm talking to you from my heart. I truly, truly do understand what constant pain is like and how you cope with it. And I do very well. I should let you know, I don't take any pain meds. None. I won't take them. I refuse to. And the reason I refuse to is because when you have to go in for surgery, you have to take pain meds usually after the surgery. If I take them all the time, I'm afraid I'll become immune to them and they won't work. So I've shut myself off from taking them, and I do okay. I'm not saying it's easy, but most of the time on an average day, I do pretty good. But I've had to learn. I've had to learn to take it easy. I do things a little bit different than most people, and I organize my day and plan it. So I sit down every so often to take a break so I don't get overwhelmed. But that's what you have to do. And I think that is crucial to maintaining your health. Plan your time, organize it better, and go with that. So I just want you to be aware of that today, and hopefully it'll help you to realize that I'm not just somebody just chewing the fat. I've been there, and I've done a lot of it. And you know what? I'm still here, and I'm still standing, and I'm still going to keep going. So I hope if you have a question, you will ask me. And it doesn't have to be about arthritis. I talk about strokes. I talk about heart. I talk about different things because a lot of them have the same thing, like you need to exercise, you need to take your medicine, whatever. So I just want you all aware of that. So I hope this has been good. I hope you've enjoyed my show today. I'm very excited because this is my first show, and I look forward to next month when we really get going and start talking about what's important. So I don't know what I'm going to be talking about next month, but I will figure out something between now and then. And we'll do a little exercising as well at the end of the program. So hopefully you'll listen in. I hope you'll stay tuned. I'd like to give you my email address again so that you will write me and let me know if you want to hear me talk about something specific, okay? It's Jointly Speaking Podcast. I'll say that again. Jointly Speaking Podcast, and that's at gmail.com. Okay, gmail.com. Okay, I look forward to hearing from all of you. I hope you've enjoyed today, my first program. I promise you we'll get more into things. The show will be done monthly, and I think that's a good thing. Again, I want to thank Whitney Place, the assisted living facility, as well as Northborough Cable Access TV for their help in getting me started and doing the show today. And I want to wish you all the best and stay positive.